What is up, guys? Adrian here from Launch TV, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing our ongoing look at the construction of Universal Orlando's newest theme park, Epic Universe. If you haven't watched our previous uploads on this park, I would suggest going to check them out. That way you can get an idea more or less of how far along this park has come. Or you can even go check out the Twitter of the person that provides us with these amazing photos, Bioreconstruct. I strongly recommend checking them out and giving them a follow, as their pictures come from various locations all around Central Florida. And now, before moving forward in the video, if you're into theme parks and attractions, I highly recommend you drop a subscribe and stay along so you don't miss another video from us about some parks. Now let's pigeon dive straight into this construction, in which this time we're starting it a little bit differently because we were blessed with a video instead of just pictures this time from Bioreconstruct. And over here we see an entire overview of this whole entire park, showing how massive it truly is. But we'll go a little bit land by land. Right here we have the rumored How to Train Your Dragon land. Right behind it we have that dual coaster. See the center corridor there with the big basin. Potter in that top right corner. Back there we have the monsters, and right up front we have Super Nintendo World, and then right there over here should be the front gate. Now we take a closer look in which we can see more construction on the monsters land, which just looks great. Keep panning. Nintendo from another angle. Then looking at the two water-based attractions, the water basin again. Just the coaster. This park's just huge, guys, and I mean ginormous. Also, if you didn't know, Nintendo World is opening February 17th over in California, so just letting that be known as well. But this park is going to be absolutely fantastic when it's finished. It's amazing getting all these construction updates and seeing everything just slowly transform into this amazing park that we're going to be walking into in 2025. But right now, just seeing it go from the ground up has been amazing, and we can only thank Bioreconstruct every single day for all these amazing shots, and now this amazing video that's truly showing us all the little ins and outs. So thank you, Bioreconstruct. And from here, we're going to go from the video portion to the pictures so I can get more details. And now, of course, we're going to start with some overhead shots of the entire land so you guys can see exactly more or less what this is shaping up to look like. Because right here you can see all four of the lands, the central hub, and the in-park hotel, all featured in these images. And since we just mentioned it, I think the best thing to start with here will be that hotel, which now is starting to get that whole bottom base feel, so you can start to see that it's going to start going vertical very soon. Now, along with this hotel, there are some other hotels that are also being built near site, and I'm going to show you guys those right now so you guys can see that they're really planning for a near future of some more resort hotels being along the way in between Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure all the way to Epic Universe. But alas, we are going to go back into Epic Universe, back at that same in-park hotel, in which we have a labeled image here by Bioreconstruct. Now this is the west of the Epic Universe in-park hotel, just letting that be known. But starting off with image number 1, we just have some interesting features. Number 2, we have the second hotel tower crane. Number 3, it's a deep excavation in classic Monsters Land that is now filled. 4 months ago, these utility ducts you see here were the only feature in this area, so dirt's gonna hide them very soon. And well, since we're here already, might as well go forward with the classic Monsters Land. And now we were of course given another numbered picture here. This time it's giving us the classic Monsters Land overall, but we're going to go from 4 to 1 because I think it'll be a little bit easier understanding it. Going from 4, it is the most western part of the in-park hotel, which we discussed not too long ago. 3 is something that I think is huge, and that is the first track being placed for that Universal Monsters roller coaster. 2 a ramp to the featured attraction, so the walkway into that featured attraction, and then one is the portal into the land. Now I know, you can barely see the track in that image, but don't worry, we got you because here's another one and it's closer so you guys can see what it looks like. Now I know it is covered right now, however, believe me, that is the track for this coaster. And now, along with that new track piece being added, which is the first one, like I stated earlier on that roller coaster, we can move over to the front of Classic Monsters Land and note that most of the framework has been added in for that Classic Monsters like village that will be that central thing you walk through to go towards the attraction, the thing that leads you straight in. Now, there isn't any theming as of yet. However, we do have some of those vertical pipes and things like that that will be getting us ready to be seeing some facades be added to this very soon. Something similar to what we were seeing over in the Potterland, which we should start seeing over here very, very soon. And speaking of the Potterland, according to Bioreconstruct, some of the roof lines that you see here in the Wizarding World are mansard roof lines, which are similar to what you see in Paris, meaning that we most likely are getting that Ministry of Magic and we are going to be going to Paris, which is pretty nice because we already have London and Hogsmeade, so we need more. But I digress, and I feel like little by little we are slowly learning more and more about this said land, which is pretty awesome because at first we knew absolutely nothing, and now for the least part we know that it is going to be featured in Paris. So that's pretty cool. But right now we're going to move a little bit more down and go to the dual racing coaster that is going to be featured right here in the central hub. On the coaster here, there has been so much track placed already. However, there is so much more yet to come, as we can tell by the footers that are over here just a little bit away, that is starting to get positioned to put on more track. And now, not to dwell too much time on the dueling coaster, we're going to move over to the land of Berk in the How to Train Your Dragon land. And wouldn't you know it, Bioreconstruct is here with another numbered image. Now, I'm going to kind of do this one a little bit backwards just because it'll make sense. But 5 and 6 are both for the dueling racing coaster, which we've moved on from right now. 7 is the front gate for the park. That's right, the park entrance is at number 7. Alright, now I'm going to go back to number 1. Number 1 is the station for the roller coaster that is going to be in this land. Number 2 also correlates with this roller coaster because it is some recently added track for this said coaster. 3 is the Great Hall. And then finally, 4 is that theater attraction that, of course, we do not know much about. However, we will find out more of with due time. But back on that roller coaster, let's take a closer look at that track. Now, it's really weird to see this part of the track uncovered because if you look over at some of this other track, it is covered up in tube, similar to how they were at Hagrid's and Velocicoaster before they opened. Now, I'm not the one that pointed this out, Bioreconstructed, so this pretty much gives away that this is an Intamin coaster. Not 100%, but pretty likely that this most likely is an Intamin coaster. So, really nice to have another Intamin added to the Universal family. And with that, we can move into our final land, the only confirmed land by Universal, and that is Super Nintendo World, which honestly just keeps getting more and more impressive every single time that I see it. And of course, Bioreconstruct was amazing to give us another numbered image to kind of describe everything that we're looking at here. And at number 1, we have a portal to the land. That is right. That green warp pipe is right there at number 1. Moving over to number 2, this is Mount Beanpool. That is right, Mount Beanpool. You heard that correctly. 3, that is the first attraction of which we will be discussing today, and that is Yoshi's Adventure Route. So the Yoshi's Adventure attraction is a dark ride that goes along that track there, that yellow track you see. Going to number 4, that big massive building you see there is the Mario Kart adventure, or just Mario Kart attraction, that is going to be right there in this land, moving from 4 to 5. Right next to each other, too, kind of conveniently, is the Donkey Kong roller coaster. That is the Donkey Kong roller coaster, the one that has the jumping cart. Kind of cool. And then finally, number 6 is a gift shop slash cafe that is outside of the land. And well, that's almost everything about Epic Universe so far. And I know I didn't really talk about the central hub besides the roller coaster, but that's because I feel like we always talk about that, and there really hasn't been that much of an impactful change as of yet. However, when there is an update to that that is very eye-opening, I will let you know. You will hear it here first, trust me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want you guys to do me one big thing. Well, actually, it'll be two big things, but one, let me know down below how you feel about everything that's been happening at Epic Universe so far when it comes down to construction and what it looks like. And two, I want to know, what do you put on your hot dog? Or corn dog? What do you put on your dog? Me, I'm plain. I like a very plain corn dog or plain hot dog, so nothing on it. But I want to know what you guys like on yours. Anyways, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your answer to my questions. Subscribe if you guys already haven't done so. And stay excellent, my dudes.